All right, so where I left off in what was technically what part part four, but three of the expected and the unexpected. Even though I made like 5 videos out of it, don't question it. Where I left off though on the last video that I recorded was about the trauma bonding from the MK Ultra. Right? That's I'm supposed to be in this trauma bonded state. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna say that I'm experiencing trauma, where is it coming from? The MK Ultra, right? That's the logical stuff, right? So now you got coworkers who will look out for you in order to sabotage you, right? Because you got to do both, right? It's like the Democrats, Republicans type of thing. They play the same team playing both sides, right? So now you fake help me, and I'm supposed to build this relationship with you on based off of fake help that I know is fake help. Nonsensical, philosophical dumb shit. That it falls under that category in a sense, right? Trauma bonding, philosophical dumb shit. You're not really bonding. You're literally forcing it, right? So with this MK Ultra, this is why I said this is where my frustration comes from. Even though I'm in a calm mood, it's still like a frustration that comes with it. Where it's like when I look at you, your motive kind of just it disgusts me. And I was talking about white people. Trust me, it's not just white people. I be catching the Spanish people doing it, the black people doing it, the Asian people doing it, all the races. The Indian people will come and do it if they need to. You feel me? I had an Indian chick when I was working at the farmhouse tell me that she wanted to go into my dreams and stab me. This is my first, maybe my second interaction with her. I think it was my second interaction with her. My first coworker, the first time I met her, my coworker introduced me to her, and then like literally the next day, we are sitting in like the break room, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I just want to go into your dreams and just stab you." I'm like, "What the? You just?" I was like, "Your friend just." You just want to go into my dreams and stab me. I'm literally. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough, I guess. But I'm like, I wasn't worried about it. But I'm like, okay, you're into that witchcraft. That's what I was assuming. Like, oh, I'm still assuming, right? But okay, whatever. That it's just the you can't contain it. You can't contain the crazy. It's seeping out. The truth is coming to the light. Fair enough, right? Or what you're doing in the dark is coming to the light. Fair enough. Same thing. That's where my expectations are. You're trying to do stuff in the dark. It's coming to me via my expectations, via my intuition. It's coming to me. But I gotta play stupid and pretend like I'm trauma bonded to these people. But it's hard because my expectation is to expect the bullshit. So I can't really be attached to you when I'm expecting that bullshit. And it's like, it doesn't make me feel attached to you, right? Like I said, it could make, I'm supposed to pretend like, oh yeah, my manager, she didn't pay for me to eat lunch, but you also sabotaged me at the same time. Then I got the other coworker who's telling me about my manager's birthday. It's supposed to be what, next Thursday or something like that. But my other coworker's like collecting money so she can get my manager something. And y'all knowing damn well I ain't get paid. Now, would I have put in? Possibly, yeah, because I'm just a decent person. Sure, get her something, right? I would have at the very least put in the same amount that she given me, right? Because she said she didn't want it back, right? But I would have at the very least, to pay my dues at the very least. Cool. But then I look at it across the board like, damn. And then the one that's collecting is actually the one is kind of telling on my business as far as my living situation. I'm homeless, this, that, third, staying at the shelter and all of this. I post videos all the time. It doesn't really bother me, but it's one of those, okay, I know not to, who not to tell my business to if I really wanted to keep it a secret. Because again, one, the MK Ultra, I expect them to be in the chats talking about everything and they're doing everything to find out my business in order to mock me based on my personal life, right? And then for two, just you're gonna spread my business anyway. I expect you to just know, right? Same way they know the Truman Show based on the predictive programming and all these things. I expect because you got to know in order to have your script, right? So I expect you to kind of already know my situation, right? Like I said, I'm posting it. I got chats and all of this. Cool, but then, like I said, I'm expecting you to know the business. So it's not really like a big deal, but it's like, okay, if I wanted to keep it a secret, if they didn't know my business already, okay, just don't tell Kat, because she going to go tell my manager or coworkers before I get to, right? Fair enough. But this is the one that's going, oh, we're collecting donations, this, that, third. What? I ain't get paid. I knew I wasn't going to get paid. I knew when she told me like last week about the donations, I wasn't going to be able to make up a donation. Why? Because I knew I wasn't getting paid, right? So it doesn't come as a surprise. It's like at this point you want to be proven wrong, right? And that's very hard to do now because they don't want you to be right. They don't want you to be right, but they're proving you right, right? And in order to prove you wrong, they have to do good, right? I'm expecting bad. So when you do bad things, you're proving me right, right? I'm expecting fairness. Well, I'm not expecting fairness. That would be me expecting fairness would be them doing good. And that's the whole point of them not to do. That's what they're not supposed to do. They're not supposed to give me comfort. No, it's an unfair world, as my counselor, what's his name, James Holmes, likes to put it. So I'm expecting unfairness. I'm expecting double entendres, double speech, all of these things, right? False kindnesses. I'm expecting all of these things. In order for me to be wrong, you have to give me a genuine kindness. I don't even know if these mofos are capable of such a thing, right? It's like when I see all the people with the Walmart bags, right? I just look at them. It automatically makes me think of the Truman Show, how his wife was advertising, right? They got to have little ads and infomercials in the Truman Show, little subliminals and everything. Same thing. I look at it just like that. Oh, these people, even if they're just background characters, as long as you pass by me with the Walmart, you're doing a little bit of advertising and all of this, right? Whether you're actually actively doing it or you brainwashed, whichever, from the mass psychosis, right? But I'm supposed to be in this trauma bonded state to the. I've been removing people out of my life. Jeff acting weird. I woke up this morning. Literally, the first thing I hear is, "Yo, he acting like that because you're not talking to him." And I told him, I'm like, if he's acting like that for me not talking to him, I don't need to be talking to him. Right? He's acting all passive aggressive. You over here farting and shitting on yourself and grunting. I don't need to be talking to you. Right? And you was already acting weird and passive aggressive before I stopped talking to you, which is why I stopped talking to you, bringing in bed bugs and shit. Right? What you expect me to be trauma bonded to you and you being nasty? No, I don't want nothing to do with you. Same thing with all this passive aggressive behavior. Like I said, you can sit there. I can play dumb. It's not hard, but it's hard. It's like you sit there and play dumb, and it's like, damn. I think they really think. I think they really think I'm dumb. I think they think I forgot that I'm me. Like I think what they forgot I'm not an idiot, right? Yeah, there's things I do at work where I'm like, okay, can you show me how to do this? I kind of figured it. Kind of makes sense to do it this way. But just in case I might do it wrong, let me see how you do it. Okay, I was gonna do it the right way. Like, right, I had my coworker come today. I was just gonna refund him the money. He said he couldn't do it. I said, no, you can't transfer it. I can get you the refund. And I see it. It's like right, the button is there, refund, and it has a little cash thing. Yo, Johnson, can I give him? Do I just give him the cash? Cool. Boom. That's exactly what I needed to do. Right? I could have just did that. It made sense. But no, I still ask because I gotta play dumb. But that shit gets. It's not so much. I don't know if it's exhausting or annoying or what. It's just weird. It's weird. That's what it is. And I don't like feeling like a weirdo. It's like, damn. And then the trauma bonding means that interacting with you just makes me feel like a weirdo because I know what you're doing. I understand the script. I understand what's supposed to happen. Like same thing with my probation officer, these counselors. That's why when I spoke to the counselor the other day, I was like, "Up, still dealing with this MK Ultra nonsense." And he just kind of glossed over it, type of thing, like he didn't want to speak about it. I already know we're not going to talk about this at therapy without you trying to gaslight me or redirect it. So I hardly bring it up. What are you here for? Well, I don't have a drug and alcohol problem. therapy. What are you here for? It's court ordered because they MK Ultra'd me and I freaking slashed the tires in reaction to it. You want to talk about it? Only thing left for you to do is gaslight me, unless you're gonna tell me that you know about MK Ultra and you're on my side. So me and my therapist can't trauma bond. I actually missed the appointment yesterday. I let her know in advance. She tried to call me that day. Oh well, we missed an appointment. If I go to the PO, I expect the same. Again, within my expectations, right? Today, my manager, oh, we want to find you an apartment. I didn't tell her about the apartment. Pat did. Cool. If you want to find me an apartment, that's fine. We don't do that homeless thing. Is what she's saying. And okay, I appreciate your concern. But the reality of it is, based on my expectations, I had that feeling, right? Where actually being homeless is the better choice. Because, all right, conference of churches, let's say they help me. They help me with the housing assistance. One, I need a diagnosis. I'm not getting a diagnosis, right? You got to go to this mental health diagnosis or this mental health evaluation, right? Unless you're going to finesse it where I'm just therapy and this counseling is enough, I'm not getting this evaluation. So that's out the window. If you need it, too bad, right? You can sit there and say, oh, you're sitting there causing this yourself. Cool. I'll take the consequences to that. If that means I got to sleep outside again, fair enough. Why would I do such a thing? Because I had the expectation of the MK Ultra. Same thing with, right? And why would I do that? Because here's what happens should I get the place. Should I get the place and I'm working a part-time job, I would end up paying my rent every month and it would extend how long I'm on probation for, as opposed to me saving up all my money, paying it off in one lump sum. Then I can focus on getting the place. It'll probably take me like 2 months, right? As opposed to 2 or 3 months to pay off the probation, as opposed to me sitting there barely making it with my paycheck to find a place, because these places are like 500 to 700 easy just for a room, not the apartment, for a room, right? Some of them do like 150 a week or something, 175 a week. You feel me? So that comes up to 700 a month. And so it extends that period of time on which I'm on probation. This, that, the third. And my expectation of probation is they don't want me to pay it off. They want to delay me, just like that's like Stephanie Simone did during Manpower, right? That incident. We could talk about it. Like I said, anything we need to discuss in court. I'm all for it. Say I'm snitching on myself, all of this, right? I finished the payment. I paid it in one lump sum. She tried to delay it. I expect him to do the same, or my expectation would be, now that you've paid it, in order for me to take you off of probation, because they still have to have something that they feel like they can have over my head, have it just sitting there hovering over to try to keep me in line, right? Oh, you paid off the probation, but it was a condition of the you know, your probation for you to get this mental health evaluation. The mental health evaluation, I'm expecting you to misdiagnose me already. But then you misdiagnose me, then you're going to use that misdiagnosis to discredit me should I decide to take it to court. So we're going to take that out. If you're going to hold that over my head, cool. I'm expecting, even if I pay off the restitution and you want to hold that over my head, right? You're going to sit there trying to do this, oh, you get out of line type of thing. You jaywalk. You're going to have a warrant because you still didn't get the mental health evaluation, which was part of the probation. Even though he told me you pay off the restitution, I can just take you off the probation. You wouldn't have to do all of that extra thing, all the extra mental health stuff, right? The quicker you pay it off. That's what he told me. Do I expect him to keep his word? No. If I expect the unexpected, he keeps his word. Simple, right? But I have to make the contingency plans for their contingency plans against my contingency plans. Remember? Which is where all of this nonsense come from. See, I gotta do this whole juggling act, right? That's what that clown thing is about. When they keep on coming to, oh, you're a clown, this, that, the third. They got you doing the juggling act in order to entertain them, right? Cool. Send me to jail, right? Oh, we're gonna give you a warrant after you pay. Okay, so it doesn't make sense to me